We're here at Rahul Glass in Vancouver, and I'm here with Mike. Mike's the operator of the GBM3143 PLC version of our glass beveling machine. And we're just going to go through a quick brief demonstration of how the machine operates. First we're going to turn the machine on. So Mike, could you guys just show us how to turn the machine on? It's a power switch located on the left hand side of the control panel, which he's just going to flick on. You'll know you've got power to the machine when the voltmeter registers power, and there's also a power light that'll come on at the end of the control panel. In this case, this machine was wired for 220 volts, and we can confirm that the power is actually feeding the machine. The next thing we're going to do is Mike is going to set up the machine to run. It's currently set up to run a 1/2 inch bevel on 5mm glass thickness, or actually 4.6 millimeter clear mirror. So what he's going to do is switch it to do a 1 inch bevel. We're going to show you how easily that's done. First, we've got to make sure that we're getting power to the PLC. The emergency stop was depressed, so he's just backed it off, and you can see the PLC is loading. And right now we're set up at, let me just zoom in here, we're set up at about 11.71 degree angle. We're showing an 11.3 bevel size with a 2.2 millimeter edge left over, and the glass thickness is 4.5. Now our actual thickness is 4.6, but we wanted to squeeze it a little bit. So we're going to leave the thickness the same because we're still running mirror, but we want to switch to a 1 inch bevel. Now a 1 inch bevel is the equivalent of 25.4 millimeters. So we're going to want our bevel size here to change to 25.4. Now what we've determined is we want to leave our bottom edge at about 2.2, 2.3 millimeters because we're getting a nice pencil finish with that edge thickness left over. So in order to keep it that way and to get the right bevel size, we're going to adjust the angle up here from 11.71 to 5 degrees. We may have to also tweak the depth of cut a little bit, but we're going to change the angle first. So to do that, Mike's going to change the angle, and he's actually decreasing the angle, so you can see it's the negative side that he's actually got the switch set to. And it's counting down to 10 point, now we're under 10, we're 9.76, 5, 4, etc. It's coming down. And as that's happening, what's happening is this motor here is driving this screw down here, and the whole wheel beam is changing the angle automatically. This is the wheel beam here. So it's actually coming up. I don't know if you can notice it coming up, but the motors are actually coming up to decrease the angle. The angle's almost at 5. It's going to continue, and you can see we're actually slightly bigger bevel than 25.4, but yeah, that's close enough. We're right at 5. There we go. Now what we're going to do is back the wheels out a little bit because we ran this at a 2.3 millimeter remainder. So we're going to move the motor beam out a bit. In other words, we're going to increase the amount of remainder that's left. So we're going to go to the plus side till it hits 2.3. Oh, we went a bit too far. And at 2.3 we're getting a 25.1 millimeter bevel. If you just give it one more little tweak, just a little quick tweak, just quick, that's it. Okay, actually the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so we're close enough to 1 inch. You see how easy that was to determine how much edge to leave and to know what size bevel you're going to end up with given the glass thickness. So it's really cool that way in terms of being able to change bevel size without having to use a chart or table. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start up the machine next, and we're going to run some test pieces through the machine and then have a look at them. So Mike's going to start up the machine. First you have to start the pump. The conveyor will not run without the pump on. Normally we would allow the cerium, this pump, to run for 5 or 10 minutes to allow the cerium to mix, but we're not going to do that for test purposes. This machine can run in a manual or automatic mode. We're running it in manual mode. We just prefer to run it that way because the operator has better control over the machine. It's going to start each motor independently. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, and 11th. On this machine, the first 3 wheels are diamonds. And they have their own separate ammeters. The next wheel, the 4th wheel, is a pencil diamond, and it's actually located. You can access it from this trap door in the front of the machine. Okay, very easy access. The next 4 wheels, starting position 5 through 8, are resin wheels. They have their own separate ammeters. And the last 3 wheels are felt wheels, 9 through 11, and they each have their own separate ammeter. The wheels are independently controlled as the glass is going by them to see how much each wheel is working by a hand wheel on each motor. Those are the 3 hand wheels for the 3 felts, and those are the corresponding ammeters that you're going to watch. There's a forward and reverse for the conveyor and a start-stop button, an emergency stop on the left side, and an emergency stop on the right side of the control panel. As well, you can adjust your glass thickness automatically with the motor, increasing or decreasing the thickness depending on your setup. So now we're going to actually run the test piece through. Mike's going to grab a test piece. I think actually he's got them set up on the machine already. He's going to turn the conveyor on by depressing. He's got to have it forward position first, and he's going to depress that. Now he's going to adjust the speed because we were running pretty fast. We were running at 2.5 meters a minute, which is a little too fast. And we're going to, it's actually lowering the speed right now. We're going to run it at about 2, or just under. Right now we're 1.9, which is pretty good. I'm going to run it at that speed. And the glass is running through into the machine. And the first diamond has just started cutting. You can see now the second, third diamond's on there, and now the pencil wheel's on there. 5th resin, the 6th resin's going to go soon, and the 7th. He's adjusting them. Pretty good. And the 3 felts seem to be working and set right. They're all registering off the normal setting. We're just going to watch the piece as it comes out. Now we did back off the second wheel on our last run, which is why we had a bit of a spike on that third wheel, and I guess we backed off the second one too much. So
it's not the same thing.
see the bevel coming out. Nice clear bevel, 1-inch bevel. There's a timing belt for low maintenance on the in-feed and out-feed. It's heavy duty belt. And if we go around towards the back of the machine, there's a cerium tank, an agitator and a mixer. And then there's a brush for cleaning the back pad. Easy access compartments here to get to the wheels. Great separation between the cerium and the glass grinding. And then the nice clean drainage system with a stainless steel pipe leading back into a stainless steel tank. And that's basically the machine. This machine was ordered with an extended conveyor, so we have a basically close to 9-foot clear and a very high track. If you want to do support track, if you want to run tall pieces, you'll have no problems running them on this machine. Beautiful machine. Does a great job. And we're soon going to have a look at the bevel quality.
Oh, you did get it? Yeah. Okay, okay. Italians make good looking.
Right now Mike's going to demonstrate how to shut the machine off. So first we make sure the conveyor's stopped, which it is. And then to turn power off to the machine, we're simply going to push the emergency stop in, and that shuts everything off. And then to turn the main power off, we're going to come back here and just pull the switch down. And that's basically it. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.